Not that anyone cares. It was a nice nap. Friday night, went out for dinner with the missus. What the hell did I have? I had the prime rib. It was nice. It was a nice time. But I came home from work, got all fresh, clamped the cheeks. A rather loud clapping today. And yeah, we went out for dinner. Then I came home and I decided that I was good. I took a nap. And then I woke up and I decided, time to have a cigar. And here we are. I'm kind of like in a twilight mode of halfway between being awake and sleeping. Not too far away from clapping. Anyways, but we're gonna do this cigar and just relax. The LFD Andalusian Bull, given to us by Uncle Larry. It is a light golden brown, very uniform looking wrapper, a very high tier quality looking wrapper. It is flawless in design. It's a big boy, 6.5. Up here it feels more like, well, here it's a torpedo, but if it's not including the torpedo part, here, maybe 52. But it really gets bigger. Right here it's around 54, and it gets bigger and bigger to where it maxes out at 64 on the bottom. But in the hand though, even though this is a big cigar, in the hand, you never feel on the 64. Somewhere in between. Obviously, we're going from 64 to not 64. And it is what it is. Band is rather nice. It's one of the better looking LFD bands. Now, it's been out for a long time. It is probably the most sought after, fastest to go when they come in, LFD. Now, for some people, it's just a buzz because they won Cigar of the Year. For other people, it's because they can't always have it, so when it comes in, they have to have it. Other people, maybe they just really love the cigar, I don't know. Then you get the people that don't give a shit, and I kind of understand all parts. The people that generally don't give a shit about the cigar, people that say, wow, it was nice, but it wasn't strong enough. The gigantic size of the cigar and the gauge, even though it does taper down here, it is rather large. However, though, cigars like the Fuente Shark, right, the Don Carlos Shark and the Neo Shark, they get a pass. And those are tremendous big boy cigars. When they do taper down, so those get a pass, and people love those cigars. This one, similar kind of concept, although not box press. People are like, oh, it's too big, and so I'm just gonna say this: is this a good cigar? You bet your ass. Is there hype on this cigar? There is. Is it hype worthy? I think in some ways. The original price of the cigar is $15. Has price gone up? You bet. A lot more? I mean, this is, it first came out almost 8 years ago. So, I mean, inflation. What do these things go for now? It's not going to be less than 20. I mean, well, more than that. I mean, if you can get these around 30, it's what it is, right? There will be gouging. Friggin' mosquitoes. Beautiful. It's such a big foot. Now I will say this. There was a little damage to the wrapper from transportation, and we're going to be mindful of that with the wrapper being slightly damaged. Um, Taking our time. It's a heavy cigar. It's a big cigar. It's a lot of tobacco. I hope I don't get bit with the mosquitoes. The spray's been working pretty good. Now it's time to puff. Here we go. Oh, so much tobacco in here. Oh, there's a lot of filler tobacco. My goodness. Wow. It's such a big foot. We're still getting all that Lajero in the center there. We're still getting that going. We're still getting it going. Off the bat, it's a medium plus. Off the bat, it's kind of a long finish. Off the bat, it's a very easy, big draw. Sticking to the teeth to finish. Off the bat, it's not a scary cigar. Off the bat, it's not extremely dark. 65% the darkness. I'll use my head. My head right now is at 50%. 65% darkness. 3/4% darkness. 80%. 90%. You get the gist of it. Holding the smoke, it's a stronger, bolder start than I normally remember for this cigar. Now, it's the only cigar I've had the day. Very long finish. It's actually quite nice. Very buttery, very oily, very creamy. Really nice finish. We'll get to the flavor, but just the initial impression of the cigar is a very high quality. Like I said, we had some damage near the foot, so any issue with the wrapper, it's going to get a pass because there just was some damage from transportation, and I realized it. And you know, other people might just not tell you and go, "Oh, the cigar construction." But see, I'm an honest, I'm a decent folk. I don't lie. So the feel in the mouth is very nice. The wrapper feels quite slick. The draw is very good. Even though it's very large, it's responsive. It's an easy draw, but it's very responsive. The smoke output is very nice. Now, I think I did leave this out at least one night in the dry box, maybe two, I don't remember, but so yes, I did let the cigar come down with some moisture. I think all cigars you should leave out for a night. If you have a cedar box, just empty one, maybe even 2 days. It's not going to hurt the cigar coming out of humidor, and you're going to get better. You're going to get better performance. Holding this right now, it's a pretty solid medium plus. You know, now maybe I got a stronger one than normal. I know it's going to build up. And, you know, I had this cigar probably a year and a half ago. It's back in Long Island. I feel like it was the fall. It was a while ago. What month are we in? We're in June. I've lost track of time. I don't know anything. So anyways, that's what's going on. The pleasure on this cigar is immense. Very delicious. If you're looking for a really crazy strong cigar, then no, it's not that kind of party. LFD has stronger cigars. The Ligero, the Double Hero, both in natural and Maduro. You get those cigars, you'll kick your ass, I guarantee you. Now, overall, I prefer the 25 over the Bull due to the price, availability, and the 25 is stronger. But also the 25 is in a smaller size. I think if the Bull was available in like a 6x52 traditional Toro, most people would have even a better experience with it. So, but we're just going to judge the cigar as my experience right now, almost like if I never had this before. Because yes, the past having the cigar is important, but I can't say that I'll have the same exact experience right now, or my interpretation would be the same. But the beauty on this cigar is very good. If you go into a cigar looking for a beautiful cigar, if you go something like a Hemingway or something like that, if you go, or Don Carlos, if you go into this cigar looking to get your ass kicked, then no, it's not that kind of party. Ecuadorian, and then you have Dominican binder and filler. Nice sweet tingling spice, black pepper, cinnamon as well. A nice long buttery, oily, and salty finish. Quite nice. Slightly nutty. Shreds pick it up. It's almost right now the smoke, not the puffing. When you hold the smoke, you get the original tint. That's almost one to be medium full right there. I don't know if people, when you buy this cigar and you have it right at the lounge, due to this giant size, that cigar's gonna hold a lot of moisture. The more tobacco, the more moisture to hold, especially if you buy it right from a lounge, and the places are always too wet. That being said, what happens to tobacco when it's too wet? Lower combustion. Lower combustion, you get less of the flavor. So the weaker the cigar, you get even less weak. You know what I'm saying? No, it's gonna feel, or the lighter the cigar too, you might be, so this is a very big cigar. So if this thing was moist, you would probably get very poor performance in flavor as well, because it's a lot of tobacco in this thing. So if this thing was not combusting like it is right now, I could see having issues of, being weaker than what it is. I'll tell you right now, next time you have one of these bowls, let it sit out for 2 days in a cedar box. No Boveda after you buy it from the lounge. Let it dry out. And if it's going to lead to performance like this, I'll say this, any other LFD Bull I had, I generally smoked in the lounge. Or I bought at the lounge and smoked it right there. So they were all probably moist. And I don't think they come in cellophane. So they're going to absorb moisture much faster at a lounge. They'll release it too, but once you put it in a dry environment, but is what it is. Almost all, if not all, lounges are just too moist. Caramel as well. Beautiful cigar, honestly. And the quality, flavor is one thing, but the overall impression, the quality is top notch. Initial impression on this cigar, I'm just not gonna lie to you, off the bat, is a 4.7. Quality of look, construction is phenomenal. The band's very nice. The draw is fantastic. The profile is well put together. It feels like a really nice profile. Definitely very smooth. It feels like an expensive cigar while smoking it. Just the flavor, you're like, man, it's like having a high-end Fuente or a Davidoff. It's not a bullshit cigar. I think issues with the cigar is limited availability. It is a rather large size. And when you buy shit at a lounge, if it's too moist, that large size, that huge 64 foot, if that's holding a lot of moisture, it's gonna decrease the performance. I can't stress it enough. So buy this shit, let it dry out a couple of days. And if you're gonna get performance like this, I can't say this is the first time honestly having it and letting it dry out. It is what it is. I'll tell you what, I'm getting really nice smoke output out of this thing. And I'll tell you what, like, this is the best bull I ever had. And you guys say, well, what's changed? I mean, LFD's a pretty consistent brand, so what is it? I really think what changes, letting that shit release some of the excess moisture. It's a very heavy cigar for its size. It's a big cigar, a lot of tobacco. But letting that shit just stay outside of the humidor and just in a dry box. The flavor is much more intense. Not that this is a scary cigar at all, but I feel like it's where it should be. Very long, creamy, buttery finish, salty, oily, creamy, beautiful caramel. It's just a delicious cigar. I'm gonna drop the ash soon. It's getting rather flaky, but that's fine. It's going to be a solid 4.7. I'm at medium to full right now. It's a really nice finish. It's a really long finish. So if you have this cigar, let it sit out for a day or two in a dry box. I can't stress it enough. And let it, perform the way it should perform. And, that's something you have to reflect on yourself. When you have something like, well, what have I done? How can I improve this? And I'm telling you, when you buy in a lounge, it's too moist. And this doesn't come in cellophane, and it's a big fat cigar to begin with. Even though it does taper down, it's about 52 in the mouth. Is what it is. I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad I didn't do this on a live. I'm just chilling. Because even just when you're talking and you have a lot of noise going on, that affects the flavor. Because right now, when I'm smoking this, the only sense I'm using is taste. If I'm talking to people, my ears gotta process shit. I'm looking at what they're doing. My eyes gotta process shit into my mind. And you're stimulating a lot of senses, and therefore it can't give 100% attention to one sense, taste. I promise you, the same cigar that you smoke by yourself in peace, you will have a better experience to get to know the cigar than when commotion is going on. Okay? So yeah, no, it's not as strong as the 25th, but it's a better version of what I'm used to having with the Bull, to letting it dry out and just relaxing, enjoying it. It is beautiful though. It's a beautiful Bull. However, like I said, if you want something stronger, no, it's not that kind of party. I know, because LFD is known for strong cigars. So if that's what you want, don't do that. Get the Solus. The Solus is much stronger, heavier, much longer finish. I mean, everything's more potent. And I think the Solus is still the better cigar. However, though, with this better flavor, richer flavor, with this being more dry, it's definitely making me more happy. But just head to head in the price and availability, the Solus wins. Even though Solus is not, super available, it was still easier to get than the Bull. The Bull's been out for 6-7 years, and as soon as they come in, like, they fly off the shelves. So I'm almost done here. I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll come back in the last third, but we'll see if it picks up its strength. But just absolute beautiful masterpiece. Um, Very enjoyable. Although at $30 though, it's not really a high value. If you're paying $30, it's a great cigar. $30, look, $30 is a lot of money for a cigar. You can get great stuff for under 20. I just can't stress that enough. I still believe like the El Rey superior to this, the purple superior to this. So, but I'm really enjoying this stick, and I'll come back. Well, I'll tell you what, you're gonna get a long time out of this cigar, and it consistently builds up in strength and length of finish. The finish is very long and heavy. We're in our last third, and I'd say though, from like this point on, it really gets full stride. Now, I get it. A lot of people would like the whole cigar to be like that. But when you go into such a big cigar, was like 6.5 by like 66, it's a big size. I feel the drawback to the cigar, if they could put it even like at 60, like 6 or something like that, or 5.5, they just necked it down, made it a little smaller. The whole potential would be there, but it's not gonna happen. That's the size, that's the blend. And I respect them for that, making one size, okay. But as far as the cigars, it's been phenomenal. Just remember to take some moisture out by letting it sit in a cedar box or just on your kitchen table for a day or two, and you'll get better performance. I can guarantee that. It's pungent, but it's beautiful. With the last like 3.5, 4 inches of the cigar, that's where it's in a beautiful place where that's where it really, not 4 inches on this cigar, you're gonna get probably 45 minutes. So, you're gonna get 2 hours out of the cigar, and it's great off the bat if you let it dry out. But the real message of the cigar, the creaminess, nuttiness, beautiful black pepper spice, cinnamon, caramel. I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Quite leathery as well. So it's a real nice, thick, chewy kind of smoke. It's not a scary cigar. We're at a very comfortable medium to full strength. So, I mean, the cigar has some presence to it. Although, like I said, the last 3.5, 4 inches is really where it really gets to that point. And for some people, they're like, oh man, but we had to smoke it for an hour and 30 minutes to get to that point. And I get that. But it is what it is with that. They made the one size. So if you're smoking the cigar, make sure you have the time to enjoy it. And you don't want nothing else going around. You don't want a lot of shenanigans. Very delicious. Very delicious. You can almost call it like a dessert kind of a cigar, but it's a big piece of cake. So, it is what it is. I have nothing else to talk about this cigar. That it is very enjoyable. It is expensive. And, I'll say that. But do what you want with it. 4.7, it's a solid cigar. It is a world standard, world-class cigar. Still sought after. I have nothing bad to say about the actual cigar. Great flavor. Yes, I would like to see it in a little skinnier version to push it more, but it is what it is. That's not going to happen. If you want kind of a stronger, this kind of cigar, but stronger, you go for the 25th anniversary. It's higher priming, and that's a normal size. But it is what it is. If we're just talking about this cigar itself, it is a great cigar, and you should at least try it once in your life. So don't smoke it in a lounge. Don't smoke it around other people smoking 20 other cigars and strong cigars. Smoke it by yourself. The aromatics are beautiful. It smells fantastic. Have a nice, peaceful place It's a very blissful cigar. I think I could have let this sit out another day or two, honestly. Um, it's a very thick, heavy cigar. All that filler tobacco, it's dense. So you do what you want with it. I'm done here. I'm just gonna relax for another probably 20 minutes. It is slow burning, so it is what it is. Don't smoke a cigar before this, and don't smoke one after this. Like, just enjoy this for what it is. Like, if you smoked a Padron before this and come to this, that's just stupid. Don't do that. That's it. We're done talking about the cigar. If you understand the parameters, you will love this cigar. If you go into this looking for something strong, very spicy, or very intense, no. You have to understand what the message is. Then you understand if you want to hear that message. If you don't, then don't do it. If you smoke this and go, wow, the double Ajaro Maduro was the better cigar. Why? Oh, it was so much stronger and darker. Kick my ass. It's not that kind of party. Even though it's called a bull, a bull's a strong animal. It's not that kind of party. We're done here. I wish you well. Stay fresh. Take 2 showers a day. Wash your balls. Eat prunes. Drink lots of water. Limit your alcohol content. I can't stress it enough. Eat fruit. Put down the chips and the garbage and the cookies. Here's what it is. I'm 40 years old. Look at this hair. Look at this hair. I never get sick. I never get sick, really. Here's what it is. Take care of yourself.